And hey everybody, welcome back. It's Cassian Blackcloak. Thanks for stopping by for another Resident Evil Resistance video, and I've got another new build for you. I'm calling this one the Kennel from Hell build, although it also centers around some lickers as well as dogs, but we're going to go over everything here real quick and then show you a couple of good matches. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys got to bear with me. I'm coming down with the flu, so I'm sorry if I'm not as jovial as I'd like to be, but let me go over this real quick and then we'll get into the gameplay. So for Birkin, we're rocking Beastmaster, of course, because you know you get a zombie dog with Berserker ore on it every 15 seconds. And it's handy to know that when you do use Birkin's grab ability, his grab kill, it takes forever to go off, but it stops his timer from running out, but it does not stop the dog timer. So he'll still spawn a dog every 15 seconds, but you can keep him out for more than a minute if you keep landing grabs, even if they interrupt them. So you can actually keep those out. Now, one thing to know is it will spawn them even if you're a creature cap, so it will take off creatures you already have on the board. Keep that in mind. So try to do it when you got kind of a lower creature count to repopulate a little bit. Gonna be running defense on this. I thought about V-Act, but it doesn't really do much because they don't. The lickers and dogs don't ever pretend to be dead. They always get right back up, and lickers, well, they're always kind of on all fours anyway. So there's not really a lot to do with that. I've tried it. It didn't make a big difference. Defense helps though, because I've got about 3 sprays in the build. So this does make them, especially the dogs that have a low health pool anyway, it makes them last a little bit longer. I've experimented with buffs as well, but it kind of doesn't matter. I mean, they're already... The only thing that makes the difference, it seems like to me, is Berserker Aura, because it makes them a little bit faster, but if they're too fast, they just kind of run around and don't do anything. So this is a good... Defense is a good middle ground, and of course this build centers around Epsilon Strain, which is greatly increases zombie dog and licker health and attack power, which I believe it gives them about a 30%, roughly 21 to 30% boost in health, and about a 10 to 15% boost in attack power. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't crunched the numbers, but they do hit a little harder. So this is, I thought about running it just with enhancement, but I like this because it specifically gives them attack power and health, so it's kind of like the same thing, but with a little bit of attack boost. For Area 2 card, of course, we're running the triple zombie dogs. I thought about putting the ambush in here just to cycle the deck, but I like having the 3 dogs because it's a dog build. Kennel from Hell. And I'm running the region or a licker in Area 3 because it shares its buff effect, so if I have to respawn around it, it's going to go ahead and buff everything, all the dogs and lickers around it. For equipment, I'm running Bioenergy Tank 2 just to have a little more bioenergy. Resilient Skin 3 and Researcher's Brain. That's for a total combined of 36% health on top of what you get for the other bonuses, both going up in each area and from the talent, the Epsilon Strain, plus a 10% movement speed buff, so they're getting faster movement speed from that, and of course Fresh Blood 3. I did have something else here at one point, but I can't remember what I swapped it out for. I think it was Miniature Reactor, just to have more bioenergy, but I found the bioenergy generation wasn't a major difference. But having this on here so the dogs and lickers will grab more, so they'll use their abilities more than just running around and swiping and biting, just kind of nipping at them. You know, they'll actually grab them. Like the dogs will do the tackle grab, the lickers will do the tackle grab more. It makes them more effective, especially since you cannot control lickers and dogs. Keep that in mind. So this build does run mainly on autopilot. For the deck, similar to what we're running for the Queen of the Dead build, but it's a little different. I'm going to go over it here. So I do have the shield in here. The EM shield is just to protect my cameras from Jans and camera shooters, because teams these days, they shoot at cameras. You got to have a shield. Discount helps. I was running creature efficiency, but I found it would kind of clog my deck. If I had it there, sometimes I have to waste it because all I had was a spray, and I found I would rather waste that than a spray, even though they cost the same. But the discount, it helps for the sprays or anything that's not already a 1 cost. So got the zombie dog card. That's only a 1 when the mods out. Of course, I got creature efficiency mod in here. So we got the dog because, of course, it's a dog and liquor build. I've got 3 sprays. I've got all of them but regen. Simply because by the time I get to Area 3, I've got the regen liquor, so I'm going to have regen on my creatures some of the time anyway. So that's kind of built into the creature part of the deck. But I've got Berserker for increased speed, of course, very important for this build. Infection to interrupt the survivors, take off some time, and Energy Lease to help refill my energy because of this expensive ass liquor card here at 7. Or normally 6. Even with the discount card, it's 5. So I mean, this is a pricey card. And then I've got the Imposter Zombie here just to help out a little bit and to give me something I can control if I need to get down on the field and I don't have Birkin. As something I can get into and try to fight the survivors, especially when they're in Area 2 trying to do the terminals. So I always recommend, if you're running a creature build, you always have at least 1 controllable creature. And I went with the Imposter Zombie because I can also just pop it down and it'll do work on its own if I need it to, especially if I happen to get more than 1 out. And that freed me up from having to keep ambushing the deck. So so that's the build, and that's how and why it works. So we're going to go ahead and check out some gameplay. Alright, so here we go with some gameplay, and real quick before the match starts, I just wanted to cover, I forgot to mention the 1 card in the deck I didn't cover was Deception, which I have in there both to cycle the deck and 2 to fuck with the survivors, play some mind games with them so they never know for sure which camera I'm on. Hopefully it'll cause them to waste a few bullets on cameras they don't have to shoot out here and there, waste a few resources. But this build was actually suggested as an idea from a constant viewer and friend of the channel, Redneck17 guy, which, you know, shout out to you, bro. I probably wouldn't have even put together this build or developed it if not for your suggestion, so thank you. This one's for you, bro. So shout out to you, my friend. So if you notice here, like, I think both these matches actually wound up being on Abandoned Park. Just as it happens, there were actually a couple of about a day or 2 apart. In fact, the second match I just did this morning, just happened to get a really good match. It went to Area 3 without any disconnects, because one thing with this build is some players might think it's a benefit, others might find it a problem, but because the net code of this game is shit, it does not like liquors. So if you get a lot of liquors going in Area 3, because you're going to have 2 liquor cards, you actually might have some players disconnect. Not rage quit, but just straight lose connection. You might kick them out of the match. So, I mean, if all you care about is winning, that might help you out, but I'm not a fan of winning like that if I can help it. But I'm just, right now, I'm just doing the basic stuff I would normally do, which is, you know, spamming up this hallway full of creatures, making them have to fight through it, fight through the whole, this whole side of the map every step of the way. However, I can't spam creatures as much as I would like to with this build because the liquors are so expensive. There was a point when I had clone in the deck, when I was doing clone so I could spam more liquors before Area 3, but that really clogged the deck up, and I found this to be a lot more balanced, suitable option. I mean, feel free to play with the deck if you want to. I mean, this is just how I do it, but you know, in my playtesting with the way RNG works in this game, you want to minimize deck RNG problems as much as you can. So, but you see here, I've got, yeah, so I've got that zombie, but he's not able to stand up to team shots. So, once again, that was just a kind of icing on the cake thing with the imposter zombie. Okay, so they're almost through the first area here. They got one more key to pick up in here. So I'm just waiting for bioenergy recharge. There's certain points where you're just going to have to wait for energy, and you're going to have to let them get some progress, and there's nothing you can do. I think I just picked up an ivy off a supply zombie there. That's nice. And yeah, looks like they didn't even bother going to that side. So I like it whenever they can just go through that one side of the map, and that's all they find everything, and they don't even touch the other side, because that's a lot of resources they're leaving on the table there for free they could pick up. And sometimes one or two of them will, even though they've got all the keys, they'll go to that side or go hunt for supply zombies, and I'll be able to beat up on the other two standing at the exit. So it just depends on how they react. So we're going here into area 2, and there's my triple dog card, which this build does make Annette a serious fucking problem. I mean, she is. And I got a good spawn on Yorick. He's already in this other room over here, so I can start building up a little contingent of creatures over here once I start killing them off on that side. I'm going to go ahead and put down the liquor and the ivy here. Put the ivy at that choke point so it's hard to get by. They're going to have to fight it. And as they kill things, I'm going to start spawning more monsters. Which, after a while, this build just gets to be fucking crazy once there's a lot of buffed ass liquors and dogs running around like crazy. It's just complete fucking pandemonium if I can actually get a full cadre of creatures going, because they kind of spread out across the map and just chase everybody down and things go to shit. Which I just love seeing the chaos. That's one thing I love about creature builds, is when you can actually make a lot of fucking just straight out chaos for them, where the survivors just can't keep their shit together. It's the teams that are calm, that can remain calm and keep their shit together, that will beat a build like this, because it's very, very defeatable. I mean, if you can keep calm and focus fire on the creatures and, you know, keep your cool, you can actually manage to kill them, you know. Especially if you got like a Valerie that's running a surplus or something, so you're getting a lot of grenades drop. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, this build is fun, but it's definitely not exactly a meta build, but it does work though. I will say by area 3 definitely it does work, but this works also when by the time you get to area 2, you get a bit of a bioenergy gen buff and you get some stronger creatures. You know, they get a little bit more health, and then they also get that triple dog card, so that makes it easier to keep a bunch of dogs up. There's a deception. And do I have the light off? Am I going to jump in Yorick? I can't remember. I think I'm just spawning dogs. So oh wait, yeah, okay, I get into him there. Which I don't have regen on him. That's one thing that's rough. Is I just couldn't find a way to work that 4th card into the deck without it being a problem of you know, kind of locking the deck up too much. Yeah, I got lucky with that teleport mine. I believe they're going to run into that headlong because there's so many creatures, they're just not paying attention. And I don't use any traps in this deck, so they're not really looking for traps. Yeah, so there went Sam with the card. Yeah. And there's Jan being the bitch she is. God, I hate Jans. If there's like one survivor that's the bane of my existence as a mastermind, is Jan. I mean, she is just seriously a problem. Because a lot of times the only way that some of these teams can beat me is to take away my ability to play the game. By, like, you know, like I said, destroying the cameras, you know, doing all that shit. Making my skills more expensive. I mean, a good Jan can wreck you. One good Jan player can completely fucking wreck your shit. But you see here, this is like, look at the chaos. See, they're falling apart here. We got 2 of them down. 3rd one's going down. Eventually, so I'm getting in my zombie here, trying to look for whom I can devour. Yeah. Got a bite on somebody there. I think is that Valerie? Yeah, it's Valerie. I think so. It's hard to tell with the small screen of it, because I'm on a split screen in the share factory and I'm recording commentary. So yeah, Sam died, so he's back with about 35 seconds left. So as you can see, I'm able to just constantly, once these creatures start doing work and start getting their licks in because of the energy leech, yeah, it's, I mean, look at that, I'm already back up to 10 bioenergy from nothing. So there goes the liquors. You want more liquors? Have another. Yeah, we already got 1 disconnect there. Looks like the Jan disconnected. I don't know if she rage quit or disconnected, but she's gone either way. But yeah, this is like, I mean, see, even by area 2, this build is just nasty. I mean, it is just fucking nasty. I love it. which you're about to see a match here in a second where they get to Area 3. This is probably like the best team match I've had against this build where I won. I did have a team that was able to beat me with this build, but that was when I was still doing build crafting. I hadn't finalized the deck yet. But I believe since I've had this particular version of the deck going, I haven't lost. So, alright, but let's check out this build, or this match here. So this is the one I just had this morning against a really good team. You can see there's no lobies on this. This is a solo queue team because it took a while to build up in solo queue. I was in queue for a minute, but they play like a good team. I mean, they play like a squad. Pardon me. Sorry for the hiccups there, guys and gals. So we got... Yeah, we're on Abandoned Park again. So here they come. So they're going to split off into two. Two of them are going to go to the other side real quick. And then two of them are going to come on this side. So I'm going ahead and just locking doors. They took out my lockdown trap, which is unfortunate. You know, they were paying attention and saw it, so I knew this was going to be a match I was going to have to actually play on. Alright, yeah, so I kind of risked trying to get the efficiency mod, creature efficiency mod card out before I put the liquor down. It worked out. Yeah, see, they killed that one zombie before I could even get into it. You notice they're targeting the zombies first. Okay, so discount. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to get these guys going here. Yeah, so I went ahead and put Berserker on him so I could move him faster. Because notice they're falling back, waiting for their buddies. They're not being stupid, trying to come in here with all these creatures just by themselves, so they're waiting for backup. Smart for them. Two of them are already infected though, so they're going to start coughing. Some time coming off. I'm going to get I think I get a bite here. Yeah, so that's nice. I got a bite in. And there was even a point when I was developing this build that I had the miniature reactor and I had the I had the mini bioenergy mod in my hand too, so I was running a 2-mod deck plus that. I had shit tons of bioenergy, but I was having to waste it all on bad deck RNG. So this is where tinkering comes in and build crafting. You really just got to play till you find something that works. Because I probably put in about, I would say at least a minimum of 20 matches of research and play testing before I settle on a finalized version of the build. So you'll see that if you run into me when I'm playing something a little off, it's probably when you'll notice that I'm build crafting. But anyway, so in here I'm trying to just basically you know, fall back because I knew in that hallway there's too much room and I couldn't really wouldn't really have enough bioenergy to put anything down. But in here it's a little more confined and claustrophobic, so the creatures are more apt to be able to get some grabs off. Yeah, see, somebody got grabbed there. It's 15 seconds off the clock. And then turn off the lights, closing doors just because I'm trying to stay active. No benefit for me at that point, but you know, just doing shit. Because I'm pretty much kind of stuck here. I'm just going to wait and let my bioenergy recharge for the next area so I can set up there. So yeah, they cleared area 1 with very little problem. As I've said before, a lot of times you can tell you know, how they're going to play, whether they're going to be the type to try and kill all the creatures and fight them, or if they're going to just try to you know, avoid the creatures and focus on the objectives and get out. Kind of like an actual Resident Evil game, avoiding combat, you know, conserving ammo. Although in this game there's not really too much of a need for that. You've got almost unlimited resources. So I can't play that card yet because I am a little too many creatures. I don't want to take off the ones I've already buffed. So I'm just going to go over here and yeah, take over a zombie that's on the field and try to get some bites and stuff in before. Oh, yeah, missed that one. But I believe my buddy here is going to bite him in the back. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, there's my creatures getting in work. There's fresh blood doing its thing. Because, man, I could feel the difference when I did not have fresh blood in there. When these creatures were just on autopilot, you could tell majorly that fresh blood is needed. So I'm going to go ahead and discount and spam up some shit here. That bioenergy you take too makes a big difference, though, having the extra bioenergy when you're running a high-cost deck like this. Well, at least the liquors are high-cost anyway.
I must use brute force. And I shall.
Because I've got a lot of cards, a few cards in this deck that are base rated like 4, 7. I mean, I think the base rate for the region liquor is like 5 for the efficiency one, so that's
William, you can still help me.
coming down to 4 with the mod and the 3 with discount. It's still pretty pricey, but it's a good card. I mean, that liquor's tough, man. Alright, so yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm basically just using Birkin to try to keep them back away from where Yorick is, and I see now they're retreating to the safe room because they're going to just try to basically hide behind the blue force field to kill all the creatures. They're just going to shoot them out from behind the safety of the room there, which is one thing I hate about that. I mean, I could understand at the start of the round, like, or at the start of the area, giving it like even 30 seconds to a minute maybe just to be given time to get a chance, but after that it should be fair game to go in there. I've said that since they put that stupid safe zone up. Because I remember way back when the game first came out, there weren't those things in there. If it was an open door like that, you could just roll up in there at the start of the area and fuck them up. Which was fun for the mastermind. Because you could keep them from even buying supplies. You could really wreck their fucking day in this map. Okay, so yeah, I got a lot of, yeah, I had to wait for the Jan's bullshit to wear off. I'm still gonna manage to get a lot of mobs out now. Which, like I said, they're, you know, the dogs go down easy, but man, they don't give them a lot of time back. And they also give a I mean, it's pretty balanced. I mean, they don't take a full 15 seconds off for their grab, but they only give them 3 seconds when they're killed too. So and they're harder to hit. I mean, at least for me, like, I have a lot of trouble shooting dogs when I'm playing. Maybe it's because most of the masterminds I play against have shitty internet and the lag is just enough to keep me from hitting them. But man, those dogs are, especially when they're speed buff, they're kind of hard to shoot. I just generally try to avoid dogs when I'm playing as a survivor. I'll try to just shut the door in a room so they can't get out, or just run away from them. But sometimes you can't run as fast as they do, and they'll get you. Well, yeah, so that one's a lost cause. They already got it. So I'm gonna go over here and put down some mobs. Turn off the lights. Deception, so I don't know which camera I'm on.
Yes, I have everything I need to succeed here.
It's too bad I can't control liquors and ivies, but that would probably be a little too OP. Yeah, notice how they're basically just, you know, avoiding the creatures. There's still actually a liquor out on the field they haven't killed, but you'll notice on the map here, yeah, see they shut the door, and then one of them came out the door and the dog got him. So there was that 10-second grab off of the dog. He killed it. I still got a net 7 seconds off of him for that though. I was noticed they left the ivy, they left the dog, they left the liquor that's coming around the corner here at him. Because that liquor was almost going to catch him before they got to the exit. And that dog was running up there almost to the corral cues there. Alright, so there they are going to Area 3. Now this is where this shit gets really nuts. Yeah, there's Jan's bullshit. I should have known better than to play that discount card. I should have waited. I should have known she was going to do that. I knew it was coming, but I did it anyway. Because I'm sick and not thinking straight. Now I'm looking back at it, watching it, and I'm like, why did I fuck up like that? But I've got Birkin up. He's ready to go. We got G1 ready. Or I probably should call him Barkin right now because he he puts down so many dogs. Because I think, yeah, they're going over that way, so I don't give a shit. I'm gonna come over here, and I believe I'm gonna draw Birkin outside. Because I see one of them headed over that way. I think it's Sam. I'm gonna try to get a hold of, but no, it's Jan, I think. Yeah, it's Jan, but she's a slippery little bitch, man. Took me forever to be able, like, I just could not land a grab on her. She was juking me like a fucking pro. I mean, you can see these guys are really fucking good. I was very impressed with this team, especially in solo queue. These guys are fucking great. Now, notice here they go again, right back to the safe zone. Yep, all in the safe room, which is smart. I don't blame them, but it's kind of like kind of a coward move, but smart, but you know, not honorable. Yeah, get close enough. Let me grab you. Go ahead. I have grabbed people through this force field. It happens. And that's okay. I'm already fully recharged on some bioenergy, so we're going to go ahead and repopulate our creatures in here. We got so many fucking dogs. So many dogs. Okay, I can play deception right now if I wanted to. And I'm going to take the supply zombie. Try to get some licks in, but oh, there he goes. But that's okay. He's going to give me an ivy. So I'm going to put down over here. Put a regen liquor down so it's got some healing. I'm going to try, yeah, jump in this guy and he dies instantly. That's okay. Because now my ivy's got a hold of Sam. I think he's going to bite him. Yep, down goes Sam. As you can see now where this is going, you see once we get all these things in here, it's absolute fucking chaos. I mean, this is hard. It's hard to not get overwhelmed by this build because there's the lickers and dogs are so fast, they hit so hard. They got some health buffs, both from the talent and the equipment. I mean, they're kind of tanky for like dogs and lickers especially have like the highest health pool of any of the regular like monster cards, like not including like ones you get for specialties like Daniel's fully armored zombie, for instance, or whatever. The base lickers, they have a really high HP to start with. Like even more than a tough zombie. Put liquor in here. Yeah, see, I already got Birkin back. Barkin, he's back already. Because my creature's doing so much work, because every time they do damage, they get a bite, a scratch, anything in, that I get some cooldown off the, any mastermind gets cooldown off their ultimate skill for that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop Birkin, or Barkin over here. And I'm going to use his Enrage, just to be able to tromp across here. You see, they're pretty much screwed. I mean, they do not have enough time to finish this. But I gotta make sure to finish putting them down here. Make sure they can't get in there to go after that biocore. Oh, finally fucking grabbed her. Finally, it took forever till the very end of the match, but I got her and I'm gonna kill her. Even if I had lost this match, I would have been happy just getting the grab kill off on that Jan just that one time. Oh yeah, that felt good. Even again, that felt good. So yeah, that's my Kennel from Hell build. I hope you guys like it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. If you want to donate to me to help me out, my Cash App is Cassian Black. It's in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you Black Cloaks in the next experiment. Bye.